Universal Soldier Regeneration. I decided to pull this off of my shelf tonight and give it a re-watch. So here I am with my revisit review just for you. Let's talk about it. The Universal Soldier franchise consists of 4 movies, if you don't include the 2 TV movies that were made also. The first film came out in 1992, starring Dolph Lundgren and Jean-Claude Van Damme. It was written by Dean Devlin and directed by Roland Emmerich. These two would go on to give us films such as Independence Day, The Day After Tomorrow, and 1998's Godzilla movie, among others. Like I said, 4 films in this franchise. We had the first one. Then in 1999 it was followed by Universal Soldier: The Return, with only Van Damme returning. Then Regeneration in 2009, 10 years later. Dolph Lundgren returned for this one. And then we had Day of Reckoning. I still don't know how this film works or fits into continuity, or if it even does. But Regeneration, the third film, the one that I watched tonight, like I said, it came out in 2009. It was rated 18 with a runtime of 1 hour and 37 minutes and a budget of $10 million. It was released on January the 7th. In most territories, straight to DVD, although it did have theatrical runs in countries such as Israel, Philippines, Singapore, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, just to mention a few. The film was directed by John Hyams and written by Richard Rothstein and Christopher Leitch. It saw the return of Jean-Claude Van Damme as Luke Devereaux, Dolph Lundgren as Andrew Scott, Andrei Arlovsky as the new NGU, New Generation Unisol, and Mike Pyle as Captain Kevin Burke, among other actors as well. And the film is set to the backdrop of Chernobyl. The film starts with a car chase after the kidnap of 2 young individuals who turn out to be the children of the Premier of Russia. They are taken to Chernobyl and they are held there where some bombs are set, and we have this plan held out by these rebels, shall we say, who want to get some of their mates released from different places. So they hold these 2 hostage. They hold Chernobyl hostage by threatening to blow up one of its reactors and releasing a cloud of radiation. Radiation about 100 times worse than what we got from the bombs that were dropped on Japan at the latter part of World War II. They have a Unisol with them as well. And this goes into the story of the Universal Soldier program being shut down after a new generation of Unisol have been created, ones that are far superior than what we had as the original generation, which is what Luke Devereaux comes from. There's only 4 original Universal Soldiers left, and they are taken and sent into Chernobyl to try and stop the goings on. We do have a 5th Universal Soldier, and that is Luke Devereaux, but he isn't on ice like the others. He's been taken as an experiment, and for the past 2 years they've attempted to try and get him back into society and change the way that he operates in his mind. But this is proving hard for him. This is very difficult. And they take him and they have to use him to go into Chernobyl and stop the goings on after the first lot fail. And that's pretty much the film. So did I enjoy this film? Do I enjoy this film? For me, I remember watching this film the first time around when it came out, and I was kind of blown away by it. I thought it was far better than what it should have been. I liked the setting. I liked the muted colour palette that this film offers, and I liked its serious tone. The first film had a lot of comedic elements to it, and those comedic elements always made me cringe when watching it, so I was happy to have a darker take on the franchise. This is a very brutal and violent film. Um, the story around Luke Devereaux offers up something new. The story of attempting to get him rehabilitated and back into the world is an interesting prospect, and something that, to be honest, I'd like them to have explored a lot more. But this film here is an out and out action film. It's pretty much all fighting and all gun shooting. There's nothing more than that. There is a car chase at the beginning that is very well filmed. The film actually looks great. For $10 million, it looks good. It's competently directed, and it's got an intriguing and interesting story to it as well. Like I said, it has a muted colour palette on show. Now, Dolph Lundgren, he was on set. He filmed all of his stuff within 5 days. He has more of an extended cameo, but there's a lot of intrigue and interest around his character. His character is actually a clone of the Andrew Scott from the first film. They've gone into sort of cloning technology. This is teased at with his character and comes full circle at the end of the film, where we come to find out a little twist of one of the other characters in the movie. Jean-Claude Van Damme, all of his stuff was filmed in 20 days. This is a fun film. This is a good film, and I've not got a bad word to say about it. Now, I know that on Rotten Tomatoes, whatever, whether that's even worthy to look at now, it has quite a low rating of about 35% audience score, and I really don't know why, because this is a more mature version of Universal Soldier than we got before. Aesthetically speaking, it's not as sci-fi looking as that first film. The Universal Soldiers in the first film, with their get-ups and what they wear, and it looks very slick, very sort of futuristic almost. But this film, it kind of takes a step back from that, and everything you're watching is more of a believable than what you get in that film, and I like that about this one. So for me, this is a film that I honestly don't have a problem with, and I never have, and I've always enjoyed. It's a decent rump of a movie. It makes me want to go and watch the first one now, and I may revisit that over the next couple of days. So let me know your thoughts on Universal Soldier Regeneration, whether this is a film that you've seen, not seen, whether you actually enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it. Is it just me? Is it just a film that has worked for me and doesn't work for anyone else? Ratings might suggest that's the case. But there we go. See you on the next one. Take care all, and goodbye.